Hello everyone, how is everyone doing? It's Jacob Oxnam here, and welcome back to some more LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And on exactly the 5th of June 2022, which was like 4 days ago by the time I'm recording this, I unlocked the achievement titled Hello There, which is an achievement which you get as soon as you unlock all the characters. And so, yeah, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing all of the characters in the entire game. There are a total of 380 characters. Keep in mind I will not be including any DLC. So this will just be the main 380 characters in the entire game. So just keep that in mind. So if you at all enjoy this video, then do consider dropping a big fat like on it, as well as subscribing to the channel if you're new, and turning on all notifications once you've done so. Doing this is a good way to help me reach 100 subscribers, and I upload daily gaming content Monday to Friday, exactly 3 PM British time. So anyway, let's get into the character roster. I'll be doing the all characters section, and the characters go from 2-1B to Zuckuss. Right then. Let's just scroll to the top. Sorry if I do cough, guys. So then, let's review every single character in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga now. Okay, so to start things off, we have 2-1B, who's basically that surgical droid who gave Luke Skywalker his robotic hand. And then we have 4-LOM, who is a bounty hunter who could access both the 3PO and astromech panels in the other LEGO Star Wars games. And his best mate is Zuckuss, but we'll get into that later. 8D8, who looks just like IG-88 to me. AD4M, also known as Adam. Ayla Secura. Admiral Akbar, the guy who did the meme called "It's a trap!" Admiral Holdo. Aftab Akbar, who is the son of Admiral Akbar. Alcida Orca. Anakin Skywalker as a Padawan from Attack of the Clones, with and without his cape. And this was the first Hayden Christensen Anakin Skywalker. And then we have Anakin Skywalker as a Jedi from Revenge of the Sith, with and without his cape as well. And then we have Anakin Skywalker with his yellow eyes from the Battle of Mustafar in Revenge of the Sith. And we have Anakin Skywalker, charred, which is basically the look he has when going from Anakin and transforming into Darth Vader. And then we have the Jake Lloyd Anakin Skywalker, also known as the Anakin Skywalker as a child from the Phantom Menace. And we also have Phantom Menace Anakin with his pod racer and pilot helmets. And then we have Uplek, who is a Knight of Ren. Aura Singh, who was only seen in one scene in The Phantom Menace, but I believe we see her a bunch of times in the Clone Wars. I've not seen the Clone Wars, but I've seen all 9 of the Star Wars movies. I just rewatched the clips for fun. Yeah. And then we have a B-1 battle droid and a B-1 battle droid commander with the orange or yellow paint. I don't know what color that is. I'm just gonna say that it's yellow paint. And then we have a heavy assault B-1 battle droid who is full on maroon in color and has an assault rifle. And then we have a security B-1 battle droid with the red paint. And then we have a Geonosis B-1 battle droid who is also full on maroon but has a regular blaster. And then we have a Kashyyyk B-1 battle droid with the dark green nose paint. Then we have a B-2 super battle droid. And then we have BB-8, everyone's favourite sequel trilogy droid. And we also have BB-8 in his disguise. BB-9E, who is like a full-on black recolor of BB-8. And yeah, he is the astromech droid. He is the most used astromech droid to me. Then we have Babu Frick, who is the smallest character in the entire game. He even has a minifigure model of a Lego baby. And then we have Bail Organa, Balatik, who I don't know a lot about, Barriss Offee, who is, I believe, Luminara Unduli's Padawan. Then we have Basie Nettle, Beaumont Kin, Ben Solo, who is basically a Jedi Kylo Ren from the final battle in Rise of Skywalker for when him and Rey are fighting Palpatine. And then we have Bib Fortuna, who is, I believe, Jabba's guards, I think? Nope, I think he's one of Jabba's servants. Then we have Big Starklighter, Boba Fett as an adult for when he wears the Mandalorian armor. And then we have Boba Fett as a child from Attack of the Clones, Bobajo, Boolio, Boss Nass, played by Brian Blessed, who is also the same guy who played Grampy Rabbit in Peppa Pig. And then we have Bosk, Kai Theranali, who I guess that's how you pronounce his name? Yeah, so I'm just gonna call him that. Yeah, and I believe he is the exact same species as Prof from Jedi Fallen Order, if you know who I mean. Yeah. And then we have C-3PO, the most well-recognised protocol droid, played by Anthony Daniels. And then we have C-3PO with his red arm, C-3PO in his Kijimi coat, C-3PO with his red eyes for when Babu Frick hacks him, so he can translate the Sith language. And then we have a barely built C-3PO from The Phantom Menace, and a rusted C-3PO from Attack of the Clones in the Droid Factory. Then we have Captain Antilles, who is one of the first characters you play as in the original trilogy. Captain Kennedy, Captain Panaka, Captain Peavy, and then we have Captain Phasma with her normal helmet, and Captain Phasma with her cracked helmet. Captain Tarpals, Captain Typho, Cardo, who is another Knight of Ren, Charybdis, Chewbacca, the most well-recognized Wookiee. I'm literally very good at voice impressions, I'm not gonna lie. I think I should play every Star Wars character I can do a voice impression of, yeah. I think I should do one of those videos where I do 100 impressions in 10 minutes. They're probably going to be mostly Star Wars, but I can do a lot of impressions, I'm not going to lie. Then we have Chief Chirper, who is a Wookiee. Dollar, 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 dum dum weh. Then we have a Clone Trooper, parentheses Phase 1 from Attack of the Clones, and then a Sergeant Clone Trooper with the green paint, a Lieutenant Clone Trooper with the blue paint and antenna, a Captain Clone Trooper with the red paint, and then we have a Clone Trooper Commander with the yellow paint and visor. A Clone Trooper, parentheses Phase 2. Yeah, this is probably everyone's favourite Clone Trooper, I'm not gonna lie. And then we have a 212th Attack Battalion, and then we have a 212th Attack Battalion Clone Trooper, who basically help Commander Cody and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Then we have a Kashyyyk Clone Trooper. And these are also the Clone Troopers with the orange paint. And then we have a Kashyyyk Clone Trooper, who is full-on camouflage in colour, suit-wise, and has the green visor. And then we have a Coruscant Guard, also known as a Shock Trooper, with red paint, which is the clone I'm currently playing as now. And then we have a 501st Legion Clone Trooper with the blue paint. Commander Cody, also known as Clone Commander 2224, and he is Obi-Wan Kenobi's Clone Commander. And then we have Commander DeAC. Ow! That's what she says in the mission. Commander Gree, also known as Clone Commander 1004. I believe he is the clone commander that guards Kashyyyk. Yeah. Commander J. Count Dooku, played by the same guy who played Dracula, who passed away 7 years ago. Dio, from The Rise of Skywalker. DJ in his First Order disguise. And then we have Darth Maul, with and without his cape.
The Force will be with you.
And then we have Darth Vader, with and without his helmet. Then we have Delso Prin. Dengar, who used to use the Ninjago Pilot Ninja Hood in the other LEGO Star Wars games. Yeah. Like the 2001 LEGO Ninja masks is what Dengar used to use. Dexter Jetstar, who is an old friend of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he hosted the Hub World in the first LEGO Star Wars game. Dr. Evazan, the Droideka. Yeah, these guys have the shields, and this is what I actually use to go for stud farming. Yeah, pretty much. And then we have E3PO, C3PO, more like electric 3PO. Wait, what does C, P, and O stand for in C3PO? Let me know in the comments what the letters in the droid stand for.
You're my only hope.
An EV9D9 supervisor droid. Elo Asti, who looks a lot more like Prof than CI. I guess that's what we'll call the other guy. The Emperor's Royal Guard. An Empire Captain. FN2199, who is a boss in episode 7, and he is a First Order stormtrooper with the electric baton. Figurin Dan, who basically hosts a cantina band called Biff, if I remember correctly. Finn from The Force Awakens. And we also have Finn in his Bacta suit. Finn with the jacket and white shirt. Finn in his crate attire. Finn from episode 9 with the spiky hair. And Finn in his Kijimi coat. Then we have Finn as FN2187 with and without his helmet. And we have Finn in his First Order disguise. And Finn in his Supremacy attire from the Last Jedi. I'll try and talk slower, guys, because I might end up saying the wrong word by mistake. Which is the wrong character name. A First Order Flame Trooper, who I believe has the exact same helmet as a First Order Stormtrooper. A First Order Jet Trooper. A First Order Officer. A First Order Officer from Kijimi. A First Order Snow Trooper. As well as a First Order Cold Weather Assault Trooper, which is basically a First Order Snow Trooper with the cape. A First Order Special Forces Fighter Pilot, which is basically like a First Order Death Star Trooper with the red lines. A First Order TIE Fighter Pilot, which is basically like the First Order Special Forces Fighter Pilot, but without the red lines on the visor. Fode and Bede, who are basically the guys who host that pod race show, I guess you could call it, in The Phantom Menace. G8R3, who looks a lot like the astromech droid from Star Wars Rebels. Garvendry's Red Leader. Gascano, who I believe is another pod racer. General Grievous. A fine addition to my collection! You're right, it's that guy. He was one of the most expensive characters in the other LEGO Star Wars games, coming in around 200,000 studs. Now that's insane.
You're my only hope.
And then we have General Hux. General Leia Organa, who is basically elderly Leia Organa. And we also have Leia in her silver/grey robes, whatever you want to call it. Bandaged Leia. Black Robes Leia. And then we have Leia Organa from The Rise of Skywalker. General Recon without and with his hood. The Gonk droid. Gonk. Literally the best character in the entire game. Yeah, some people tried to beat the other LEGO games with only Gonk droid, and that is just literally hilarious. Yeah. And a Gonkatine, which is basically a black and red repaint of the regular Gonk droid. Why couldn't they put him in the dark side class and give him a red lightsaber and make him speak English? Unlike the Gonk droid. But anyway, let's keep going. Anyway, he's called Gonkatine. And then we have Grak Chawa, I guess you could call it, who is the king of Kashyyyk, who looks just like a generic Wookiee from the other LEGO Star Wars games. And then we have Gribekorora, Griata Gendawanyan, who is a Rodian, just like Greedo. And then we have Greedo, who's another bounty hunter. Grumgar, who I believe is the only big thing in this game. A Gungan warrior from Otto Gunga. H1NT, who is basically a protocol droid that gives you hints throughout the game. Yeah, I've had enough of this guy. Han Solo in his Carbonite, which is basically what the Steelbook is. Han Solo from the Force Awakens, which is basically elderly Han Solo. Han Solo from A New Hope, as well as Han Solo from Hoth with and without his hood. And then we have Han Solo in his blue jacket from The Empire Strikes Back. And then Han Solo from when he gets released from the Carbonite. And Endor Han Solo. And then we have Han Solo as a stormtrooper with and without his helmet. And then we have the IG-101 Magna Guard droid, who are basically General Grievous's bodyguards, who I basically refer to them as. and then we have IG-88, and as well as an Imperial Fleet Trooper, an Imperial Gunnery Technician, which is basically looks just like the Fleet Trooper, but has a more advanced helmet, I guess you could call it. Yeah. The Imperial Probe Droid, Jabba the Hutt. I really hate Jabba for some reason. I just don't like Jabba, to be honest. He ruined my life. He literally did. That's why I tend to hate Jabba. No offense, guys. And then, anyway, let's stay positive and carry on. So we have Jango Fett in his bounty hunter and casual attires. And then we have Clone Trooper Jango Fett, which is basically a casual clone trooper. And then we have Janna, who is a stormtrooper, who was a stormtrooper originally known as TZ-1719. And then we have Jar Jar Binks in his normal and senator attires. Now, to the Supreme Chancellor. We have a Jawa, Otini, Jack Hawkins, Jess Pava, Jocastanu, who held seat at the Jedi Council, Jobnuk, which is basically a Gamorrean guard, K-3PO, Copper 3PO, more like Killer 3PO. I don't know what the K stands for. Does it stand for Cold Zone? I don't really know. Then we have K3R1, which is basically a teal G8R3. K-Del Connex in her normal and Episode 9 attires. Then we have Kiadi Mundi. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Yup, it's that guy, alright. Kit Fisto. Claude. Kuruk, who is another Knight of Ren. And then we have Kylo Ren. Ben Swolo. Kylo Ren with the red stained helmet from The Rise of Skywalker. Kylo Ren without his helmet, with and without his scar. And then we have LC-24, who acts just like the Gonk droid. Then we have Lama Su, who is the Prime Minister of Kamino. Lando Calrissian from Episode 9, as well as Hermit Lando Calrissian. Then we have Lando Calrissian from The Empire Strikes Back for when we first see him. And Lando in Han Solo's clothes.
You're my only hope.
Lando Calrissian as a general from Return of the Jedi. And Lando in his palace disguise. And then we have Leia in her Bosch disguise for when her and Chewie are rescuing Han Solo from the Carbonite. And then we have Leia from A New Hope. Leia as a slave in Jabba's palace. Leia from Episode 5 in her Hoth attire. Leia from Endor with her hat. And then we have Leia from The Empire Strikes Back. Leia from the Ewok village with her longer hair. Leia from Cloud City. And Princess Leia from Endor without her hat. And we also have Leia from the training flashback. Lobot, who is a cyborg who cannot talk. Logray, who is another Ewok chief. Luke Skywalker as a stormtrooper with and without his helmet. And then we have Luke Skywalker from Episode 6. This is probably my favourite Luke Skywalker outfit, I'm not gonna lie. And then we have Luke Skywalker from Episode 5 as a Jedi. And we have Luke Skywalker from Jabba's Palace, which is basically Episode 6 Luke Skywalker with the hood. And we also have Luke Skywalker from Episode 5 on Dagobah. Luke Skywalker from Endor. Luke Skywalker with Yoda on his backpack. Luke Skywalker from the training flashback. And Luke Skywalker in his Hoth attire. Luke Skywalker as an elderly from Ahch-To. And elderly Luke Skywalker in his raincoat. Luke Skywalker as an elderly from Crate. And Luke Skywalker as an elderly in the flashback with his white robe. And then we have Luke Skywalker from A New Hope. And Luke Skywalker as a rebel pilot. And Luke Skywalker from the ceremony in A New Hope. Luminara Unduli, who is basically Barriss Offee's Jedi Master. She's probably just a background character though. And then we have ME8D9. And we have Mace Windu, aka the guy, aka Samuel L. Jackson, the same guy who played Nick Fury in the Marvel movies, without and with his cape. And then we have Malakili, who is basically another one of Jabba's slaves. Mama the Hutt, who I believe is Jabba's mother. Maz Amida, who serves alongside Darth Sidious. Then we have the Master Codebreaker from Canto Bight. Encanto Bight. We don't talk about Bruno! Get it? I do. Morhonic, who is another pod racer. Max Rebo, who is that blue elephant looking guy who plays the drums in the Max Rebo band. Maz Kanata, who I thought was Han Solo's ex-girlfriend for some reason. I wonder if he was with Leia from episode 4 till he died. I wonder. Then we have Mr. Bones, who is basically a black and red B1 battle droid. Probably the best one. Then we have Mon Mothma, a mouse droid. Ah, wow, wow. Yeah, you have to destroy 20 of these guys wearing the Stormtrooper helmet in order to complete that challenge. And then we have a Mustafarian, just a regular Mustafarian from Mustafar. I said the word Musta like 80 times then. Nambigima. Duck. Just kidding. Then we have Nambigima. Nyanum. Newt Gunray. As you know, our blockade is perfectly legal. It's Mr. Laws, I guess you could call him. OOM9 with the yellow paint. He's a boss in the capital ship. And then we have Obi-Wan. And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3 without and with his cape. And then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from The Phantom Menace as a Padawan with and without his cape. And we have Obi-Wan Kenobi from Attack of the Clones without and with his brown robe. Oddie Mandrell. Elderly Obi-Wan Kenobi without and with his hood. Oola. Padme in her ship attire, as well as Padme in her Tatooine disguise. Padme Claude, which is basically Attack of the Clones white suit Padme with the 3 red lines on her back. Padme from the Battle of Naboo. Padme in her silver cape. Padme as a pilot. Padme for when she's pregnant with, you guessed it, Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa. Padme as a pilot with her helmet. And Padme as an orange handmaiden. The Handmaid's Tale reference. No, they just have handmaids in The Phantom Menace. Palpatine scarred from when Mace Windu deflects the lightning back at him. Palpatine as a senator. Palpatine as a chancellor in his grey and red robes. Paplu, who is another Ewok. A pit droid. These guys are all over the place. Plo Koon. Poe Dameron in his Black Resistance jacket. Poe Dameron from The Rise of Skywalker. Poe Dameron in his Kijimi coat. Poe Dameron in his jacket. And Poe Dameron as a pilot with and without his helmet. AKA Oscar Isaac, the guy who's in the new Moon Knight show. Poggle the Lesser. Who's that Geonosian who's obsessed with ice cream? Ponda Baba, who got his arm cut off by Obi-Wan. The Praetorian Guards, 1st, 7th, 3rd, and 8th, with the cool javelin. Pride, Queen Amidala, aka Natalie Portman, who also played Jane Foster. Qui-Gon Jinn, aka Liam Neeson, who also played Bad Cop in the Lego Movie. And Dunkard in Batman Begins. And that guy in Taken as well. Anyway, we have Qui-Gon Jinn with and without his cape. As well as Qui-Gon Jinn in his poncho from Tatooine. R3PO, C3PO, more like Red 3PO. And he's basically the one who brings Darth Vader the cake with the Padme sculpture. R2A6, who is basically R2D2, but the blue is green. R2B1, who is a blue and yellow R2. R2D2, everyone's favourite astromech droid. R2D2 from the swamp of Dagobah. And R2D2 as a waiter. R2KT, which is basically R2D2, but the blue is pink. R2N3, who is basically R2A6, but with the darker green. R2-Q5, who strikes in black and bronze. R2-R9, who's basically a red R2-D2, red and silver. R4-M9, who's basically an astromech droid with a cone-shaped head. R4-P17, who is basically Obi-Wan's personal astromech droid. R5-2JE, also known as 2J. R5-D4.
You're my only hope.
R5-M2, who has that black head. RA7, who is the most commonly used protocol droid I used. Bug-like. The Rancor, who we had to fight in episode 6. Rats Terrell, the rebel friend who finally made his way into the game. Wahoo! Reese, who I believe works for Jabba the Hutt, or is he another pod racer? I don't really know. Rey from The Force Awakens. Rey from episode 7 with the lightsaber on Starkiller Base. And we also have Rey in her grey vest. And then we have Rey in her grey Jedi wrap. As well as episode 9 Rey with the blue lightsaber. Rey in her Kijimi coat. And Rey Skywalker, which is basically episode 9 Rey, but with the lightsaber that has the black handle and yellow blade. As well as Rey from episode 7 as a Jedi, where we first see that haircut she has. AKA Daisy Ridley, the guy who literally kissed Adam Driver. No, Adam Driver kissed Daisy. I don't really want to talk about that stuff. This channel is rated PG, by the way. Let's keep the channel rated PG. Rey in her Sith attire. From that future of what she might become. And then we have Rick Ole, who flies the Naboo ship. Roger, who's a mix of every B-1 battle droid. Rose Tico, as well as Rose Tico from Crate and her episode 9 attires. And we have Rose Tico in her First Order disguise, as well as her Supremacy attire from episode 8. Rothgar Deng. Rune Hako, who is the exact same species as Newt Gunray, I think. Sarsius Crumb, who's that guy who runs around. A Sand Trooper. A Sand Trooper Commander. And a Sand Troop Sergeant with the dual blasters. A Scout Trooper. And a Scout Trooper from Kashyyyk, who got killed by Yoda when Order 66 was executed, as well as Commander Gree. Sebulba, who is that pod racer who we have to beat. The Senate Guard. Shakti. She surprisingly died in Revenge of the Sith, but that scene was cut out. Shmi Skywalker, who is pretty much Anakin's mother. Sidonithano. A Sith Acolyte. A Sith Jet Trooper. A Sith Pro Droid, which looks just like a thermal detonator. A Sith Trooper, which is basically a red First Order Stormtrooper. Supreme Leader Snoke. A Snow Trooper from the original trilogy. A Sovereign Protector, who is like a Sith Trooper but with the baton. A Stormtrooper from the original trilogy, as well as a Stormtrooper Empire Surgeon with the black shoulder cape. And an Empire Captain Stormtrooper with the orange shoulder cape and heavy assault rifle. A First Order Stormtrooper. A First Order Stormtrooper Driver, which is basically who with the white hands. a First Order Stormtrooper officer with the red shoulder cape, a First Order Stormtrooper Heavy Assault with the Heavy Assault gun, a Stormtrooper First Order Squad Leader with the dual blasters, a Stormtrooper First Order Sergeant with the Assault Rifle, Psy Snootles, TC-14, and I believe she has more of a feminine voice than C-3PO, a TIE Fighter pilot, Tali Lintra, Tarful, who's that Wookiee who we only see in Revenge of the Sith, for when he's helping Chewbacca help Yoda escape. Tarkin, he's not known as Grand Moff Tarkin, he's called just Tarkin in this game. Tasu Leech, who has that high-pitched foreign voice. T-Bow, who's another Ewok. T-Do, who I don't know a lot about. Temery Blarg, who we see in the post-credits scene of Episode 8. Temin Wexley. The Emperor, also known as Darth Sidious, depending on which trilogy you're referring to, as well as a clone version of the Emperor from The Rise of Skywalker. Theron Net, Tion Medon, who is the port administrator of Par City, Trudgen, who is another Knight of Ren, a Tusken Raider, oh! No, it's wow. Yeah, there's lots of these in the Book of Boba Fett. Eubla Marlbro, an Ugnaught from Cloud City, Unkar Plut, aka the guy who says 60 portions. Yusha, or Usha, I don't know what he's called, who's another Knight of Ren. And Vikrol, who's another Knight of Ren with the cool glaive weapon. The Wampa, who I heard was the fastest character in the game. A Wandering Wookiee, who can be unlocked once you complete the challenge titled Where's the Wookiee? Where you... yeah, and he looks just like a generic Wookiee from Kashyyyk. Watto, who is a scrap dealer. Wedge Antilles. Weequay, which is basically a Jabba's skiff guard. Wicket, who is the main Ewok we use. Wilro Hood, who is basically like the coffee kid from Bespin. Roby Tice. Yaddle, who I believe is married to Yoda? I don't know. Yarao Poof. Legendary Master Yoda, who is played by Frank Oz, who also played a background character in Inside Out, who trained Luke Skywalker on Dagobah. Yeah, the most legendary character. Everyone knows Yoda and Darth Vader. Everyone does. Zam Wessel as a human, and Zam Wessel with her alien face when she gets hit by the dart. Zev Saneska, Apprentices Rogue 2. Zori Bliss. And to end it off, we have Zuckuss. You guessed it, we have Zuckuss, who is Forlom's best mate. I really need to clear my throat now after all that talking I've done without having a drink of water. But anyway, guys, I hope you... And like that, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do consider dropping the video a big fat like. as well as subscribing to the channel if you're new and turning on all notifications so you can't miss my future uploads on anything, which is going to be every Monday to Friday at exactly 3 PM British time, and doing this is also a good way to helping me reach 100 subscribers. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video, where I'll see y'all in my next video of what I do, which is probably going to be like another Let's Play series or challenge things. Good.